And now, starting next week, Deborah Norville will bring her experience and energy to Inside Edition. It's a chapter of her career she can't wait to begin.
They got a good thing going, and I want to get in on it.
Welcome aboard, Deborah. We're glad to have you. And that's it for Inside
Wow,
Edition
that
today.
was Inside Edition back in 1995, introducing the show's newest anchor at the time, Deborah Norville. This year marks Norville's 30th anniversary at Inside Edition, making her the longest-serving female news anchor on American television, bar none. Yesterday, the veteran TV host announced, though, on Instagram that this would be her last season with Inside Edition, writing, "It's time to do something new." For more on her next chapter, Deborah Norville joins us right now. Deborah, it's so great to have you here.
Thank you.
Wow.
Little memory lane right there.
It's incredible. What was it like for you to see that?
That's great. You know, it's funny. We had a thing on this show yesterday because it's my 30th anniversary. And as I'm watching, there were two thoughts that hit me is, how in the world did a kid from Dalton, Georgia get to have this career? And the other was, too bad I couldn't settle on a hairstyle because it just changed every single time you saw me.
Boy, 30 years. What stands out? What are your biggest memories of that time?
I think it's the variety of things I've gotten to do. Everything from the sober of, witnessing the funeral of the Pope in Vatican City, the coronation of King Charles. You and I were both in England for that one, Gayle. And then just the silly, over the years, they gave me a series of jobs, everything from shoveling poop behind the rhino at the Detroit Zoo to being a nanny for 8 kids to being a toll taker at the Lincoln Tunnel. So I've gotten to do amazing, interesting, incredible things.
But 30
and share
years,
it with America.
30 years you're leaving on your own terms, which is always a good time, which is always a good way to go, as opposed to getting we're moving in a different direction conversation.
Yes.
But why did you decide that it was time for you to make this decision at this time in your life?
Because
you still like the job.
I love my job.
Yeah.
I love what I do. I love the people with whom I work. I love getting to come to people's houses every day. What I don't love is being away from my husband. And this is a career move. The third time in my career I'm doing this, making a move for personal reasons. The first time was I moved from Chicago to NBC News. Not because it was a great job, but because the boyfriend, now husband of almost 38 years, was here. I moved from CBS News to Inside Edition because my second child had just been born. And I couldn't be a mom and be a correspondent, in my opinion, at the same time. And so this is the third reason. It's time for Carl and me to have more time together. And that's my priority.
You know, it's so funny because I was thinking about I forgot that the Today Show.
Yeah.
And all of that and how you left under those,
that was my career.
Circumstances.
Yeah.
Was there a part of you that said that will never happen to me again?
That was really difficult for me, leaving NBC and as you said, not on my terms. But I vowed to myself, if I'm fortunate enough to get back into this career that I love so much, at some point I'll leave, and I want it to be on my terms. And so Inside Edition is the top-rated syndicated news magazine. We are a companion to millions of Americans on linear television and many millions more
on YouTube.
On YouTube and on streaming. And that's when you want to leave. You want to leave when they're going to miss you.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I'm going to miss them.
But you're not sitting down.
No, I'm doing a game show.
That's the news. Okay.
Yeah, that's like...
you want to tell us a little bit about it?
I am so excited about it. We've got the Firm Go. Those are the words in syndication you always want to hear.
Firm Go. Okay.
Firm Go. And the Firm Go is for The Perfect Line, which is a really fun game show. We shot the pilot last summer. They shopped it around to the stations. Enough stations love the idea and love the idea of me hosting it that we will premiere in the fall on stations around the country.
That's
Check your
awesome.
local listings.
Nate knows about game shows.
You know a little bit about
on it.
And it's so much fun, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
a completely
it really
different
is.
set of anchoring skills.
No doubt.
And it's one of the few things I've never gotten to do in
I was going to say,
television.
why did you want to do a game show?
I grew up with game shows. I was great at concentration. I could solve that puzzle before anybody. I knew the prices on Price is Right.
Yeah.
I could do the password. I was on Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and I won over $300,000 for my charity. I love game shows.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
It almost feels like a continuation of the Inside Edition work, right? You were in jail for a week on assignment for Inside Edition. You worked as a nanny, a train conductor, a line cook, now a game show
Now
host.
a game show host, yeah. It's one of the jobs they hadn't given me before.
You mentioned your husband. I want to get back to that and looking for some professional advice for me and many others watching. One of the contributing factors to burnout in our business is work-life balance and an ability to really control those two things. What was your key to having that good work-life balance so you can really succeed and excel over the past 3 decades?
I think for me, it's been knowing what's permanent in my life. We get a contract with the companies that we work for, and we all work for the same company, and it's for a finite period of time.
And it is a contract.
It is a
business,
contract.
yep.
But we also have a lifetime contract with the person to whom you said I do.
Oh.
And that is a vow I made in front of God, and that vow is very holy to me. In fact, Carl nailed it. First time I visited him in New York, he said, and I quote, "Darling, I love you. Family is holy."
Yeah.
And if you live by words like that, it's going to be okay.
So know what's permanent.
Wow.
Know what's
You're
permanent.
making the right choice. In
That's
marriages,
good.
you don't want to hear, we're going in a different direction.
That's so right.
Certainly not from your spouse.
No, not from your spouse.
Looking for a new host.
Looking for a new host.
There will be no season 38. Deborah Norville, thank you very much. You can see Deborah weekdays on Inside Edition. Check your local listings.